Hello, my name is Mary Ruberry with Revelate. I wanted to thank you so much for tuning into this webinar that's focused today on taking refuge in oneself. So if you know a little bit about history, you know that throughout our recent history, churches have been used as places of refuge. And if someone were running from the law or trying to stay safe in some way, they could go to a church, and that protection was sacrosanct, so the church would not be attacked, um, generally speaking. And of course, in Buddhism, taking refuge is very common. So in Buddhism, that means basically creating a structure of aspiration. So you aspire in your practice of Buddhism. So you basically accept, when you take refuge, you are looking at the Buddha, the Sangha, which is the community, and the Dharma, which is your Buddha practice. And so you basically take vows or prayers, or you create some kind of a structure in your life to follow Buddhism. But perhaps taking refuge in oneself is not something that people have thought a lot about. And so that's why I'm here talking about this today, to try to make you think a little bit about that and what that means. So taking refuge, it has the connotation of safety, security. It also gives the feeling of a womb or a cocoon, someplace where you go within to go away from the rest of the mess that's going on outside. And so when you take refuge in yourself, basically that's what you're doing. You are going within, you are looking at the beauty and the wonders and the unlimited wealth and abundance that is there within you, the wisdom, the knowingness, the beauty, the comfort, all of the wonderful stuff that's within you. And so the reason I'm talking about this is because we have been trained to use our wonderful minds to focus and think about details, all the details that are going on in the outside world, right? Outside of us are all kinds of details that we need to think about, focus on, and take care of. Also, we tend to fill our lives with these sorts of details. So we fill our lives with our jobs, our plans, our families, the needs of us, the needs of others. You know, the list goes on ad infinitum of all that we have to think about. It goes on and stretches to infinity. However, now we are seeing the importance of taking time to go within. And so that's what we're talking about today, is that going within. You can call it meditation, contemplation, or you can call it nothing. You can just take time for yourself. And so this is really important. In fact, if someone is on their spiritual path, it means that they are taking the time each day, or as often as they can. Twice a day is what I believe in, is important, to go within, to take the time for you, to take the time to be with you and listen to yourself, and to see what the knowingness is telling you, the messages from yourself, the feelings of being within yourself. And so when we are faced with all of these distractions in the outside world, it becomes even more important to take that time to go within. If you've ever read the Essene Gospels of Jesus, you see that he talks a lot about going within and the life within each one of us. And he describes it. He talks about this beautiful ocean and the tree of wisdom. And he really talks a lot about it. It's beautiful. If you'd like to read that, I highly recommend it. And so that's what we're talking about here, is that going within. And so many people, when you talk to them about meditation, they make the excuse that they don't have time for meditation, or they can't make it work. It doesn't work for me. which of course is very silly because this is part of us. It's how we work, it's how we function. And so when you go within, that's your normal state of you. That is who you are, this divine, beautiful being, this of infinite knowing and wisdom, infinite joy, bliss and happiness. It's all within you. And when you are making that excuse that you can't, it doesn't work, I can't quiet my mind, I don't have time, I can't do this. Please remember, and what is more important than you? What else do you bring to your life, to yourself, and to the world, if not for you? You are the most important thing in this world. And if that sounds selfish or self-conceited or something along that line, that is, of course, not what I'm talking about, but that you need to be there with yourself if you're going to bring yourself to others, in order to bring yourself as a being of love to your family, to your loved ones, to your friends, your community, to the world. You need to have it for yourself. You need to have that place of peace for you, that place of peace and love and joy. And you need to simply make that time for yourself. If it takes 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes in the morning, and 5 minutes, 10 minutes in the evening, then take that time, schedule it, set an alarm on your phone. Tell yourself that you need to take that time to be with yourself, to have a few moments of peace. And you will feel, when you do that exercise of relaxing into yourself, you will feel how good you feel, and the stress just falls away. And so if you need some tips, I've already given some in this webinar series, but here are some more, or the same ones repeated, I suppose. One is to focus on your breath. You can count your breath or just focus on it going in and out. Make sure your breath is easy. It's a natural part of life, but make sure your muscles are relaxed and easy. So that is a really good way to get into meditation. You can count your breaths, count up to 20, 22, and then go back, count again, and don't worry about it. If there's something on your mind, fine, let it flow through and then let it go. And another wonderful way to meditate is to see your mind as if you're, Captain Kirk, you're out on Star Trek in outer space, and you look out into the cosmos, and it's all open and seemingly empty. We know it's filled with all kinds of matter and dust and particles and planets and such. But for this meditation, and when you look at your mind and when you look at inside for your meditation, think of outer space as being open and empty, and you're just going up into outer space. There's no worries, there's no cares, there's no responsibilities. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to be anything. You don't need to appear a certain way. You're simply going through this outer space. You're allowing outer space to be within you. And that is all you are for however long you go within yourself. And something you'll find, the more that you do this practice, you will find that this becomes more and more natural, easier to connect with. And you may even find that this becomes more natural for you as opposed to the outside world and all of its concerns and details. So yes, you'll continue taking care of your details and taking care of the bills and taking care of your appointments, but the place within, this rich place of within, is your natural place of where you're coming from. People say, hey, where are you coming from? So this is where you're coming from, that place within of divinity, of infinity, of wisdom, of grace, of light, this illuminated place of you where you are staying with your divine self. And so that's all it is. That's all you need to do. But it's one thing to watch this webinar or learn about these techniques, and it's quite another to take these techniques and build them into your daily life. That's what's really important, because this is how you build a place of peace for you that you bring to everyone else, that you bring to your family, you bring to the collective, you bring to the world, to the universe. This is what you're bringing, this beautiful place of you, this place that's within. So I can't emphasize enough how important it is to take time each day to spend time with you, to build that place of you, to have that place of peace within you. Because building peace is what is really needed in the world right now. It's really needed in the universe. It's really needed among people. So when I say what's needed, I mean, obviously the natural world doesn't need peace. If it's left to its natural state, it is already in a state of peace. Peace is what is needed for people, because people are not at peace. They argue, they fight, they don't have power within, they don't have that place of peace just within themselves. They have conflict about the way they look, the way they act, the way they think, the way they want to be in the world, the jobs they want to have, the places where they want to live are not at peace. And so the only way to live a life of peace is to be at peace with yourself in every single aspect, in the way you look, the way you sound, the way you live, your life that you live. You know, you want to love that completely. You want to create that life that you love completely, utterly. That is how to build peace for yourself. And of course, peace with your relations with others. Because when you're at peace within yourself, it just doesn't seem possible to have conflict with others. Even if they don't like you, that's fine. Let them be. That's the way they want to be. Let them go their way and be at peace with that, because you're not going to please everyone. That is not possible. The only person it's possible for you truly to please is yourself. And that is where success truly lies, is when you are happy with yourself, happy with your life, happy with your creations, and happy with the you both inside and out. This is the peace that the world needs. This is the peace that is needed now. Your peace, your profound peace, your complete and utter peace that begins with the within. You cannot ignore the within of you. And don't be afraid to look in there that you're going to see something you don't like. Within you is great and glorious light. Your natural state is love, light, and peace. So if you don't feel this, then you need to let go of all that is holding you in a place that is not loving, that you don't love, where you're not happy. You need to change it yourself. No one can change this for you. Only you can change this. And the first step is going within, taking that time each and every day. Take the time to go within, spend that time with yourself, spend that time thinking loveful, beautiful thoughts. If you find that your mind starts to wander when you're meditating or contemplating, use affirmations. You don't need someone else to give them to you. You can make them up yourself. I am a beautiful being of light and love. I am infinite peace. I am a being of light, love, and abundance. Make up whatever affirmations you like. Write them down if you want an affirmation notebook that you can easily pull out anytime you want. If you go to the park and you want to just have a beautiful think or a beautiful moment of peace, have your affirmations at hand that you can pull out and quickly go over them and just say, tell yourself over and over again, I am a being of beautiful, infinite wisdom, love, and light. Whatever the affirmations are that you wish that bring you into that place of peace and love, because that is our natural state. That is who and what we are. And when we don't have that, it means that your outside world needs to be changed. And the only way to change your outside world is to make those adjustments within, to start by taking the time to spend time with yourself. You are a wondrous being. You have no limits beyond those that you set for yourself. So please remember that, and please continue to spend time with yourself, with your within self. Take time for you. Believe in you, because you are unlimited in your capacity and your abilities, in the promise of you, in what you can accomplish, what you can do with yourself. You can do far more than you imagine. You are, each of us are far more than we imagine, because in reality, we are these great and glorious beings of infinite wisdom. But we see ourselves as small beings in a box somewhere that fit these parameters, this terminology. But those limits are set by us and the society in which we live. And only we can accept those limits, those parameters. Only we can accept that we are limited in any way whatsoever. So let go of those chains. Let go of those hindrances. Free yourself from any bonds to limitations that you believe are true, because they are not true. That's only a belief you bought somewhere along the line, either a past life or your parents or the society in which you live. So let all of those bonds go. Free yourself. And instead turn within to the beauty and wisdom, the infinite abundance that is there. And take joy in this journey. Take joy in the reassurances of your divinity and your infinite glory and gifts. I send you my infinite blessings, that you may feel this beautiful peace that you have within you. I hope you do take this message to heart, and that you do take time for you every day. Only you can make this change. Only you can take the time for yourself to build this beautiful you with your gifts, your creativity, your wisdom, your knowing. My peace goes with you on your beautiful journey. If you want to know anything more about my work, please go to my website, maryruberry.com. And as I have been saying, I am available to give seminars. I also give workshops. I'm available for one-on-one mentoring as well if you're interested. Talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.